bring back Mason, and he should be QB1 on the depth chart.
Like, period.
I'm sorry.
Beat him out. If you nicer than him, beat him out. But right now, he's shown me everything I'm looking for right now. Outside
Have
of
it be
what?
a competition, but I think he should be QB1.
Yeah. I'm like, what
He's
else are
looked
we
like
looking
QB1 to me for these last 4 playoff games. And he actually got me getting pissed off at people saying, like, Steelers need to find this quarterback. We need a guy to compete with all these other guys in the AFC. What I saw was a guy that can do that. Like, did anyone not watch these games and see what Mason was capable of? He's just got to do that throughout the course of the season.
He's
got to do it throughout the course of the season.
I was
but
like, do you think he could do it for 17 now?
I liked what I saw enough to say, give that dude a chance.
17
give
games
that
a long time.
Give that dude an off season, knowing he's going to be QB. Well, you're going to have to compete. You're just not going to be given.
But
QB1.
see, this is
but
this
give
is
him
the
the
problem,
edge.
though.
Give
Deke.
him the edge as QB1.
Deke, this is the problem. Who has leverage right now?
Who? Between Kenny and Mason? Or
No, between
Steelers,
Mason, Steelers, and Kenny included. Who has leverage right now? You've said it yourself. You've been talking about it all day. You've explained perfectly who has leverage in this situation right now. Strike when the iron is hot. It's all about timing, baby.
Where else is Mason going to get a chance to be QB1, though?
You saw him play. There are plenty of teams that need quarterbacks out here.
QB1?
You saw him play. Oh, so now you
give me a team.
So wait a minute.
Give me a team.
So wait a minute. So do you not believe that he could be QB1?
No,
now?
I think he can. I just don't know
Minnesota
how
Vikings.
teams around the
Minnesota
league
Vikings.
view him.
Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah, if they let go of Kirk Cousins, yeah, absolutely.
Kirk is a free agent. Supposed to be a free agent this offseason.
Yeah, if they don't re-sign him,
Okay.
absolutely.
All right.
But here's the thing: you got to draft too. That's the other part of it.
We got to draft too.
But I think some teams value getting that quarterback on a rookie deal, having the talented guy come out of college, be their franchise guy, have the hype and all that.
So my question to you then, Deke, is Mason not good enough to be QB1? Is that what you're implying?
I'm not at all. I just don't know how other teams view him.
But you view him as QB1 though.
Yeah, I think he can.
And that was off of what you saw, right?
Yeah.
Because it was clear what you was watching. It looked really different than when we've talked Kenny Pickett at times. It wasn't what we hoping or what we think it can project to be, scaling it out. It was like, yo, we saw this physically.
He looked flat out good to me, to the point where I just said, a Kenny guy, I said I want Mason back and I want him to be QB1 heading into the offseason.
And this is my thing. I saw
Still make it a competition
This is
between
my
the two.
thing. I saw the same stuff that you was watching, bro. It looked good. It looked confident. It showed up in big moments, and it showed that they can handle adversity, man. It's a lot of teams out here that struggle at quarterback. Heck, it's a lot of teams that struggle with their backup quarterback, as we saw, too.
All right, so here's my point. Hear me out on this.
I'm listening. Mm-hmm.
Tennessee. Is Mason Rudolph better than Levis?
You don't think that they would at least entertain it?
No, because I just think
What's the difference
they
right
only
now?
got 1 year Levis. They put a second-round pick into him.
How much was Mason going to cost?
So you're saying
you spend more drafting a quarterback than you went spending on Mason right now.
So
on
you're
1 year.
saying teams are going to bring in Mason as
I just think
competition
of it,
for QB1.
I think of it like this: Jacoby Brissett, right? Dudes like him. Now, granted, not to the same extent, but I think of the timing of it and what he was able to do for 4 games, including a playoff game. I do feel like teams, specifically when you're talking quarterback, left tackle, pass rush, corner, we know them the spots, man. And he showed that he can be a really good player. Granted, it was a small sample size, 4 games, but I do feel like when we're comparing what he did to some of these other guys that really rose up and got talked about and gotten opportunities multiple times, I'm like, this was way more impressive than what them dudes were doing, because he was doing it in these playoff situations in terms of must-win games and then actually taking us into the playoffs and looking good.
All right, Titans, Levis, Colts, they're getting Richardson back.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they'll stick with Richardson.
Yeah.
Even though
They had Garner Minshew on the roster for a while, though.
even though, like, right now,
Mhm.
Mason Rudolph versus Richardson, I think there could be an argument for Rudolph over Richardson.
This is
better
my thing.
quarterback.
This
but
is my thing. The
Rudolph
contract,
older,
the contract that
Richardson-
Mitch Trubisky got, right? It's if you're the starter, great, but if you're the backup, it doesn't kill us. That's the contract that Mason is going to probably be getting around, or even maybe a little bit more than that, potentially. you can get that with Anthony Richardson in Indianapolis, and you're still like, okay, I got this dynamic dude here, but if he goes down like he just missed all of this year, yeah, you the starter now.
All right, these are two that I think go
I thought
to your
AZ,
point.
but I ain't like the fact that they showing a lot of support in Kyler right now.
Kyler's
They
the
showing
guy.
too much support in Kyler.
Yeah. No, here are two that go to your point: Raiders and Broncos.
Yeah. Raiders, I could definitely see. And depending on their cap situation,
where
depending on how they
Commanders
might want to
drafting,
move out,
they're probably going to take a quarterback, right?
you would think.
Giants,
They still got Daniel Jones,
they should cut him.
but you can't. You just paid him. Jets,
Bears.
though. What about your Jets situation?
No, I mean Rodgers.
Oh, shoot, you're right. Yeah.
Bears, they're going to take Caleb Williams.
Rodgers coming back.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he was about to try to come back this year. He definitely will be back. Never mind.
Panthers,
Now they have
Bryce Young, one overall. Even though, argument, Mason over
Same
Bryce
time.
right now, right? But they got too much invested. I don't think they're going to move
You
off
ain't
him after a
bringing-
year.
yeah.
That's kind of like the same conversation as
Tampa
Anthony
Bay.
Richardson.
Tampa Bay, because Baker's about to leave and get paid.
Oh, you think he's leaving?
You think they're gonna pay him?
Well, either way, that takes away a team. Then, if he, let's say Baker leaves and goes to the Broncos
Okay,
or
fair enough. I
Raiders,
see what you mean. I got you. Okay.
yeah.
So it'd be one for one swap. Sure.
Yeah, let's just say Tampa Bay Baker's
Yeah.
coming back then, for sake of argument.
Miami, you're straight. You got Tua down there.
They aren't straight, but yeah, I guess they'll
He
stick
just
with them.
led the league in passing, bro.
They're not straight. No, I mean you witnessed the exact thing I've been talking about with these quarterbacks take place in the wild card.
They said it was a bad
Tua,
matchup, bro.
Dak Prescott, and if
Tua-
Kirk Cousins
Tua
was in the
had-
playoffs,
Tua had-
we would have seen the same thing.
Tua just had a bad matchup, bro.
No.
It's just bad matchup, bro.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Easiest money I've ever made. I put Chiefs minus 4.5. I also did Rams. I also backed that pick, Rams
Yeah.
plus 3, $120 there.
Hey, you cooked this week. Literally, you only lost one pick.
What do you mean? Now you wanted to pick that one. Cardinals, Rams,
Shout out to you,
49ers,
Jared.
Seahawks.
Jared, PS4 Life. Definitely appreciate you as always.
I'll,
You know
I'll,
that.
I'll go down with that pick then. I picked Steelers plus 10. We still don't know what your pick was, though. That's the thing.
The record reflected it. I think actually people called me out at the end of it. It was like, yo, we heard you when the show ended. You not slick. We definitely heard you what you said.
I know what I heard.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's you're saying it's on tape.
Yeah. The tape might be a little hot. They checked the tape. Yeah.
So there's probably, I'd say, like, what, 3 or 4 teams here then? Maybe 2 or 3.
No.
2, 3, 4 teams that
Just to make it interesting in terms of a conversation.
that I don't think they would give him QB1. It would be
Right.
like us. I think it
Right.
would still be a competition, but that's probably his ceiling heading into
I would agree.
2024. You get an
Yeah.
actual competition for
Yeah.
QB1. Now the question is, who does Mason trust more? Us or another team? That he's going to get a fair shot. I could understand if he just doesn't trust us. I would understand that.
Deke, you know what? I think that I could go on a limb with you, and I could also agree if Mason were to just show a little bit of hesitancy about trusting the Steelers to be in his best interest. I could definitely understand that. I could, but the thing that I was kind of pointing to is this though, man. All he needs
All the
is
leverage.
just one of them other teams. Yeah, one of those other teams to show true interest, and now this becomes a little bit of a bidding war. So yeah, we might start at, all right, we're trying to give you 6, we're trying to give you 7, but that team might say we're trying to give you 10, because 10 it still doesn't kill anything. But if you win out, you're not gonna feel like you underpaid either, tripping by mid-season. So I just think
You think 10's his max either way?
I do.
And then let's just say it's all equal. We offer 10, another team offers 10. What are you doing if you're Mace?
Where's the location of this other team? Is it warm weather? Is it sunny?
I don't
Is
know.
it Cali, East Coast, West Coast? Where we at?
It's one of those teams we named. I mean, I don't think
Yeah.
you're feeling amazing about any.
I was
Raiders,
agreeing. It's like Vegas,
Broncos,
You go to Vegas. Mason in Vegas would be fire.
Titans,
Tennessee, yeah, you get a little country. You
Commanders.
get a little country action. Yeah,
let's say one of those teams.
he's from
Something like
South
that.
Carolina. He's from.
You
the
know
South.
what name I didn't mention? Falcons.
Oh yeah. You saw they interview Belichick.
Yeah.
It's crazy they got to interview that man. It's like, bro, we really got to interview him. Like, just if you want Belichick, I think that's the guy you offer, right?
What's the deal with the Cowboys? What do you think they're doing?
It's interesting. Honestly, I think they're in a similar situation to the Steelers, because you're trying to figure out. We feel like we're very close. I think for them, they're further along because their players are more established. Dak, CeeDee Lamb, Parsons and company. and those dudes are literally coming up for contracts this all season. But yeah, they're trying to decide which one is better. Blow it all up, and does that get us back faster?
Trey Lance season.
You know what I'm saying? Or do you try to just nip tuck one or two pieces here, adjustment here, and now run it back with this group?